welcome back to BZenTV. I'm your host, Brandi Redmond, and today Dolly and I have a great show for you. So we are getting into all things Halloween. We're talking decor. We're gonna learn how to make a very ghoulish yet chic cocktail for your next party. And we are gonna be making charcuterie boards. Regardless of your price point, we have got all the tips and tricks for you. So stick around, it's gonna be a great show. Well, our Halloween celebration wouldn't be complete without a special spooky cocktail. So you guys, we are going to make the Bloody Vampire cocktail. It is delicious. As you guys can see, it's nice and red. It's got some bite because after all, it is named after a vampire. So let's get to it. It's super easy. This is all you have to do. So when you get started, you're gonna wanna have on hand some vodka, pomegranate juice, lime juice, and grenadine. Now, before you start mixing things, you're going to want to chill your coupe glass. I like a coupe glass because I think it really looks nice and beautiful. It makes it a little more special. So I'm going to use a coupe glass for this. I put some ice in it so that the glass can be chilling while I'm making the cocktail. So that's optional, but that's a nice step. So we're going to go ahead and let that chill. Now, to get started, we are going to pick up our shaker and we are going to start combining ingredients. So first, we're going to take 2 ounces of vodka. Okay, then we're going to add 3/4 of an ounce of pomegranate juice. I picked this up at the health food store, so it is sugar-free. It's all natural. Try to get a little bit of vitamins in there. A 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice. And then last but not least, to add a little bit of extra sweetness, we're gonna do 1/2 ounce of grenadine. Okay, now that that's all combined, we are gonna replace the lid and shake our shaker so that the ice can make our drink nice and chilly. So we are going to pour out the ice that we had in our glass. It's nice and chilled. I'm gonna make sure to hold this really firm so that we don't miss. There we go. Oh my gosh, look how bloody and vampire-y. Look how bloody it looks. Look how spooky it looks, you guys. Okay, there we go. I think this, let's see how it tastes though. That's what really counts. Ooh, it is so good. The lime gives a little bit of like that tart taste, so does the pomegranate, and then the grenadine makes it nice and sweet. This is so good. It is lethal, perfect for any Halloween party or get together. I hope you guys enjoy and drink responsibly. Well, now that we have our spooky cocktail, we need something for all the ghouls and goblins to graze on. All right, so here is how we are going to do it. We're going to put together a charcuterie board. And a lot of people think, well, charcuterie boards are very expensive, and they can be. But I want to tell you guys that regardless of what your budget is, there is a charcuterie board for you. It's all about being creative and having fun. So if you want to save a little bit of money, you can go to Trader Joe's and pick up a lot of these items. Or if you want to go high end, if you're trying to really, splash out, you have a little bit of extra money, you want to go organic, you can go to Whole Foods and you can really do it up. So I am going to put together a charcuterie board here that has kind of a mix of more expensive items, less expensive items, just so that you guys can see how you put together a basic charcuterie board that has all of the senses covered. So to make the perfect charcuterie board, you are going to want to have 1 cheese, 2 meats, 3 fruits, both dried and fresh, 4 something crunchy. So we have all of that covered. Let's start assembling our board. To start assembling our board, we are going to start with the cheese. Now, I have 3 different types of cheeses here. A lot of people like to do a mix of soft, hard, semi-soft cheese, just so that your board has a nice mixture, but it depends on how large your board is. Now, as you guys can see, This is a board that I'm gonna use for a smaller gathering, a smaller get together. So I'm gonna start by just putting one of my cheese blocks or cheese wedges on the board. So this is a goat cheese that I picked up, and I think it looks really nice. So we're gonna put it over in this corner here to give it its space so that the flavor can really take center stage here. And if we have room, which I don't know that we will because we have a lot going on here, but if we do have room, we will add one of these other cheeses. I have a nice Colby cheese and a sharp cheddar. But really it's up to you. There's, like I said, there's no right or wrong way to make your board. It just depends on what you really like and what your guests like. Okay, so now that we have our cheese place, this is the centerpiece, of course, we are gonna make a salami river or a meat river. Here's how you do it. So let's start by taking some of this salami, and you just wanna fold it. A lot of people do different things. You can either create like tulips, different flowers. There's so many ways you can fold your salami. It's fun if you have like a Saturday and you wanna go on YouTube, feel free. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it really simple, and we're just gonna fold it in half, and then you're gonna stack it like so. And we're starting back at this corner here, and we are gonna snake through. Think of it, like I said, like a river. You wanna make it go through the middle of your plate. This is what you're going to kind of build everything around. We're gonna make our sections of the different ingredients, the crunchy foods, the fruits. So this is gonna be a little divider for our plate here. So we're just gonna keep on folding. Okay, and then next we're gonna take our prosciutto here, and we are going to also fold this. So we're just gonna do a couple folds here, put it right next to that other salami stripe we have. Okay, and then we have a little bit left. So we are gonna add one more. So it's really important when you're assembling a board that you have a mix of flavors. You want something spicy, you want something sweet, something savory, crunchy. That's what makes it really good, so that there's something for everybody at your event or get together. There we go, we've got 3 nice little rivers. We'll put this aside, and we're gonna add our ramekins. So I'm gonna put this ramekin right next to the cheese. Give this a little more space here. And I'm gonna just nestle this one on the other side. And what we're gonna do is put some nuts and different crunchy things in these ramekins. So I have these cashews. They are naturally pomegranate, vanilla flavored. We're doing a whole pomegranate theme here. As you guys know, we have our little pomegranate vampire cocktail, so I thought it would pair really nicely. So we are just going to take these cashews, and just fill up these ramekins. Okay, there we go. Then we're also going to take some of these pecan nut thins. It's always nice to have a little bit of a cracker to put with your cheese. We're going to set this on the side. You can also put this in a separate dish if you like. And then we are going to add our fruit. So we have a lot of savory items here, and we are just going to find a little spot here. We're gonna put some blueberries. Now this is a very fall charcuterie board. We have like the colors are, browns, and it's like autumn colors, right? So this would be great for fall, obviously great for Halloween. But we're sticking to some dark colors here just to keep it looking uniform. Okay, and then we're gonna put some blackberries over on this side. I always like to add a dried fruit also, and this is some organic mango that has chili on it as well. It's really, really good. You can find it at most of your natural grocers, wherever you guys live, and it is delicious. So we're gonna add some of this over here in this corner to really round out the board. It also has a really nice autumn kind of color to it. It reminds me of like autumn leaves, but definitely it tastes delicious. Okay, there we go. So everything is assembled. Now you can see if you have any holes in your board, you can add a little bit to fill everything in. You want it to look nice and full because that's what really gives it that wow factor, that presentation when people come in. And here you go. This is our fall, our autumn, our Halloween party charcuterie board. Doesn't that look delicious? Yeah. Let's see. So good. Thank you so much for joining me. Set your DVR so you don't miss the all-new episode of BZenTV. In the meantime, you can keep up with me on the weekly BZen with Brit podcast, available wherever you listen to your podcasts. I'm going to leave you with a clip from our most recent crossover with the Weekly Dose of BS podcast. In this clip, you're going to see me talking to Brandi Redmond and Stephanie Hollman from Real Housewives of Dallas and their co-host, Trey Stewart. We're going to spill some celebrity tea, talk about astrology and tarot. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy. Welcome back to BZen with Brit. I'm your host, Brit Redmond, and this week we have the Weekly Dose of BS crew on the podcast. Trey, Stephanie, and Brandi are letting me expose their deepest, darkest secrets. We're talking about their birth charts, and we are doing some tarot. So stick around. This is going to be a lot of fun. Who wants to go first? I have all of your birth charts. It's been so much fun just digging into all your personal business. You guys are all just fascinating, fabulous people. So does anybody want to go first? Who's going to volunteer? I
want Brandi first.
Brandi.
Yes.
You're brave. Well, it's your first reading ever, right, Brandi?
Yes.
Okay, exciting. So let's talk about your big three first. And in astrology, your big three are your sun, your moon, and your rising. Your sun sign can tell you about like who you're meant to be. It's your essence, your ego, if you will. It's like how you contribute to the world. So it's where you shine. You're a Cancer sun, so you're very nurturing. Your friends might not be shocked to hear that, but Cancers are very nurturing and they shine when they are mothering, when they are taking care of things. It's a very maternal energy. And I know you're a mother, so it's something that comes very natural to you. You shine in that area of your life. And that's really kind of how you show up. But then when people get to know you better, your moon sign comes out, and your moon sign is in Virgo. So that means emotionally, deep down, you're very earthy and solid. So even though you have a water sign as your sun, you have an earth sign when people get to know you. So you're very grounded. Again, Virgo's nurturing, but more balanced. So you're able to like look at the details, figure things out. You're very much able to separate yourself from your emotions at times when you need to. That's very Virgo, because Virgo is the sign of service. So you want to like help people. You want to show up for your friends. You want to show up for your family. And Virgo energy is kind of how you do that. You stay balanced. And then last but not least is your rising sign. And you have a Gemini ascendant. So it makes so much sense that you're doing podcasting because you're a communicator. People with that placement have the gift of gab. So you're just like such a fun mix of air, chattiness, of an earthy interior. People can really like count on you. And a really soft, nice, happy, shiny, motherly kind of vibe for people.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, does that feel right?
That is very
I want to hear
nice.
your reaction. Okay.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. I would say I'm very, very nurturing. I try to handle everything. I actually don't like. I am very much that person that I try to take on everything myself, and I want to help others, but for some reason I don't want to let others help me.
Okay, that's your Virgo moon, honey. And now that you know that, so I actually I wrote this little Dolly Parton quote down because that's what I like to think about when we're doing astrology. Find out who you are and do it on purpose. And when you know more about your birth chart, it's just like kind of a tool. You know, it's not something that dictates your life, but now that you're like more aware of that, you can think next time you start to give too much of yourself away or like you start to get worn down, you can remind yourself, hey, that's my Virgo moon. I need nurturing too, and I'm going to stop, and I'm going to make that space for myself. And it's just like a good reminder to kind of keep you balanced and remind you of what you need also. So that's why getting to know our birth charts can be really helpful.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it.
Oh.
Exciting.
It.
Okay,
So
good. Okay, who's next?
Stephanie.
Perfect. Yeah.
Stephanie, okay.
Give it to her.
Stephanie, you're so cute. Your chart is really fun.
Oh, thank God.
Well, you have a lot of Gemini placements. So let's talk about your big three. You have your sun in Gemini, which means where you shine is communication. You're a listener. You're a talker. You are meant to show up in life as someone who gets to kind of like
enjoy the lighter side of life. Like that really is part of your purpose. Everybody's sun sign contributes something different to the group, right? So whereas Brandi's the nurturer, you are the chatty one that gets people talking, that gets people engaged. And that's kind of like your job in life, right? So that's where you shine. That's where you really succeed. So that's your sun. So you're doing your thing. You're living your purpose. We love to see it. And then your moon is in Cancer. So it makes a lot of sense that you guys are such good friends. You have a lot of really similar placements, just in different areas. So when people get to know you better, they realize that beneath the chatty, super fun exterior is actually someone who's really nurturing, sensitive, and kind. People can count on you. That Cancer energy, just like with you, Brandi, it's nurturing. It's the sign associated with femininity, motherhood. It's the person that if you're feeling sad, you can call up your friends with Cancer placements and you can be like, okay, I need a hug. I need a good meal. Like, what are we going to do? And they'll be there for you. So that's really what you give to people from your heart. And that's what you need also. So just like with Brandi, you have to remind yourself if you ever start to feel like, okay, I'm nurturing everybody else. You also have to be like, okay, I'm going to stop. This is my Cancer moon. And I need to also maybe take a spa day, ask for a hug, let somebody hear me out. So that's kind of the same thing with you. And then your ascendant is Aquarius. So you have that in common with Trey. But
I like it. This is awesome.
It's fun, yeah. Your Aquarius rising means that you are someone who is not afraid to just like be yourself. Aquarius energy is unique. It's somebody who is, the maverick, the innovator. They're very future thinking. They love technology. They love being up on like what's new, what's happening. So you're very much like a seeker, and for you, it's important to like stay in the mix. And I know that you said you like to be at home a lot. That's your Cancer moon, 1,000%, because Cancer rules the home. So you do have to recharge. Like that's important.
Yes.
You know yourself better than anyone. But when you are just like having a good time, usually you're learning something new. You are involved in, communicating and learning new things. So that's kind of your vibe in a nutshell. Also a great blend of different energies. We love it.
Stephanie, like my Cancer moon said I can't go today.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's
My
not
Cancer-
going to happen. Not going to happen.
You're like,
Yes.
I have to honor myself, okay? The astrologer
Yes.
told me. So,
Exactly.
good excuse. Okay, Trey, you
Hit me.
have 2 Aquarius placements in your big 3 and a Scorpio moon. So you are double air. When people first get to know you, it's like the first 2 layers are Aquarius. So they get to know you and you're like fun. You think outside the box. You encourage people to like be themselves, do their own thing. Same with you. That's that Aquarius energy. It's all about, wanting to learn new things and bring people into like the future. And then when people get to know you, it's like, okay, that's how he really is. Great. And then they all of a sudden realize, wow, there's a lot of depth. Because your moon is in Scorpio, and that is the deepest water sign, in my opinion.
Oh, you're so deep.
You're very deep and intense, and you need to feel that intensity. I know you just got engaged. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm sure he's someone who makes you feel very intensely loved and cared for because you need that loyalty. Scorpio placements. I have a Scorpio moon also. So it's exciting to meet another intense
Yes.
person. And so we might come off as really lighthearted, but we're very sensitive, and we need a lot of love and loyalty. And
Amen.
yeah, amen. So that's what you're working with.
I love it.
Yes.
So do you want to know anything about like your compatibility with one another? Do you have any
Yes.
questions?
Absolutely.
Can we solve
Yes.
any problems?
Yeah.
Like I'm at your disposal. Ask me
Yes,
anything.
Okay.
I have your charts.
Are we doing like tarot cards now?
We can also do tarot cards.
Oh,
I brought my
first-
whole bag of
But
goodies.
let's do
Oh, yeah.
compatibility wise. How do we all go together?
Well, compatibility wise, you guys go together really well, thankfully. I mean, it makes sense because you guys are all friends and you have a great show together. So I wasn't surprised to see a lot of compatibility, but it's really cute the way that I can see you guys interacting because I'm a fan of the podcast. I listen. And it's definitely like the connection between Stephanie and Brandi. You guys have that Cancer connection, but also the air sign energy. So you're able to like laugh a lot. You have this similar sense of humor. You're both quick. You can like just chit chat with each other. And then you also have a sensitivity towards each other. You can tell like, okay, like she needs me to, go see about her, or I need to like check on my friend. So y'all have like this really good balance of fun and nurturing and like loving energy. So you can really like count on each other. And then Trey, you bring this like, again, another air energy with the Aquarius and then the Scorpio moon. So you guys have a lot of air and water, which means, so air is about communication. So you guys are able to communicate about fun topics, but also watery topics. So you might not realize how many people you're affecting emotionally in a positive way because of what you're saying, because you guys do have those placements. So I kind of think, obviously the universe, God is doing what, we only know a little bit of it, but I definitely think it's for a positive purpose that you guys are like sharing and being open on the show.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Well, and then I looked at your like birth charts and how they connect. And so there were a couple of interesting things that stuck out. So I'm going to share those with you guys. So Trey and Brandi, you guys have a North Node Pluto connection. Which
I knew it.
Oh,
you know it? You're like, I've never done that.
Jeez.
And that means that there is a lot of positive transformation that can come from your friendship.
Ooh, that's so interesting.
So you were in each other's lives to help each other grow and transform in some way. So you'll probably, realize different ways you kind of rub off on each other. Do you see that in y'all's friendship?
Oh, yeah. We're in it to win it, baby.
Yeah.
But Pluto is like the immovable force associated with like Scorpio. So it's a very strong placement. Like, yeah, I don't think
love
you.
it.
I think you guys will be
We're
friends for a
stuck
very long
together.
time. Exactly. And then Trey, your North Node is also conjunct Stephanie's Pluto, which this is bizarre. I have never seen this when I've done a reading for like a group of friends. So Trey has the same connection with Stephanie that he has with Brandi.
Oh,
Like
that's
what?
crazy.
And that means the same exact thing. It's like there's a lot of connection and there is a chance for you guys to really help each other grow and transform in a positive way. We look at those in astrology as soul contracts. So it's like you made a promise with somebody that you're going to help each other in this life. So whenever you have like a snag or whatever, you got to remember there is a bigger purpose because you guys do have these connections. And not everyone has these connections with their friends or even with their family members.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool to see. And then Stephanie, your North Node is conjunct Brandi's Venus and Saturn, which means that together as a duo, you guys can be very creative, Venus. You can also make money together, Venus. We like that, creative, money, okay? And then Saturn energy is, that's like the stick-with-itness. Saturn is like your discipline. So when you guys are like on point together, you can really like create anything you want. Venus energy with Saturn. So it's like when y'all are on a schedule, when y'all are supporting each other, the sky's the limit.
Oh, I love
So
that.
that's,
true.
really great to see. Mm-hmm.
So are we going to have our spinoff soon?
Oh, we have to ask the cards.
Guys,
now.
we have to ask the card. Yes, that's where the tarot cards come in.
That's our
We
cards.
should do a reading on the spinoff. I heard that
Yes.
episode when you guys then you pitched it, and then Stephanie kept being like, and then they stole it or something.
Yes, they gave our show away. We should definitely make
by
money
the
off
way,
this.
Trey sent this to us. Basically, it's not doing so well.
Yeah, I heard that Bravo hates it.
Oh,
So
well,
this was like a blind
they should have
item.
had you guys.
Yes, and I was like, well, that's what you get when you steal our show idea.
That's karma. That is karma. What can we say?
Exactly.
Okay, so let me ask you, based on each of our charts, what should we look for in a partner?
Ooh, of course, the Scorpio moon would ask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for you, Trey, loyalty. Number one, you are attracted to loyalty and someone that you can really count on. Like you need that trust. You need to feel seen. We all need to feel seen, but Scorpio moons are very, they're very deep and serious. They don't really get close to like a lot of people. So when you do get close to somebody, you really need to know they're like all in 1000%. So someone who's really passionate about you that you have fun with can bring out like your lighter side, the Aquarius energy in you. Gotta have fun with them.
Very true.
Yeah. Does your man do that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. What about Stephanie?
Stephanie, for you, you need someone that makes you feel safe.
100%. Yep.
Cancer moons need to feel safe.
Oh, that was spot
And
on.
nurtured.
100%.
Well, okay, I love it. Well, and it's so true. I mean, you have to feel safe, nurtured, loved. And when you feel that way, you can really let your guard down, be yourself, and enjoy your life. But if you don't have security, you're not going to be happy.
1,000%.
I have to feel safe in life. Agreed.
And then, Brandi, your Virgo moon needs to feel like, okay, so I have a Virgo sun. So I'm all about the Virgo energy. Virgos really need to feel like what you said about how they kind of give, and then they deplete themselves. Well, Virgos are really good at seeing what's wrong in situations, and they can like figure out how to fix it. So they tend to burn themselves out. They burn the candle at both ends. They get really tired. You need someone who says to you, stop, sweetheart, it's time for you. Like you need to feel that back. So sometimes communicating with your partner and saying, I notice this about myself, and it would mean a lot to me if you would, if you notice I'm getting in over my head, will you like come in for the save? Will you, send me on a spa day? Will you sit down on the couch with me and watch a movie? Like, you just need someone to kind of slow you down and see you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's what my husband does for me, and I need it. I'm like, because I can just be going, and, yeah, we need those people that balance and ground us.
Like, come play golf with me. Just sit
That'll
on
relax
sit on
you.
the golf cart.
Does that relax you?
If you're drinking it,
If I'm
does.
drinking it,
There you go. If you can go to the spa afterward, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Compromise.
So let's ask probably the number one question that Stephanie and Brandi get.
Number one.
Will Real Housewives of Dallas come back?
Oh my God.
What a
that's
good question for the
hysterical.
cards.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. So for these types of readings, I like to do one card for the past, one for the present, one for the future.
Okay.
So that can kind of like help us see the whole picture. So let's get like the most recent past. What was the energy surrounding Real Housewives of Dallas?
Ooh.
I feel like it was
super dark.
It's
If it's not dark, then
Then it's not, then the,
yeah,
the cards are lying.
Are lying.
Let's see. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. That is a lot of work and focus on money.
Definitely a lot of work.
8 is the number of power and money. So the focus was on money, power. Okay, let's get one clarifier for that.
Definitely.
I want
maybe
something
for some
dark.
people.
Yeah. 2 of Pentacles, balance. So it's funny you say that because it was almost like all this work wasn't worth it. 2 of Pentacles is somebody who's kind of like, oh my gosh, like I am pulled in this direction and I'm pulled in that direction. If you look at her, it's Rue McClanahan here, my Golden Girls deck.
Oh, I love
mean,
it.
it's like you're in the middle, but it's not really worth it. Okay, let's see what the present is. Like, what's the energy around it right now? We know that, is it like on Reddit or did you hear
no,
people are like buzzing
We'll
about it?
always ask.
It's like
Speculating?
Well, I also think we have old cast members that maybe are like, yes, maybe,
Real hopeful.
yeah, like
They're not
I
afraid
don't know,
to let the
maybe
rumor
maybe
exist.
they will help the rumor along.
Okay, 2 of Wands in the reverse. In the upright, 2 of Wands is all about like looking into the future. In the reverse, it's about there being no future.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. When
Oh,
the
no.
tarot is just too truthful.
This has been so much fun. I could talk to you
Yes.
all
Me
day
too.
long.
Yes,
I just
know.
love hearing everything about everybody.
All the
You have
tea.
a lot going on. Tell us everywhere we can find you.
You guys can find me at on Instagram at BZenTV, on YouTube at BZenTV. I produce a television show on ABC the first Thursday of every single month at 1:11 a.m. Angel Number. It's a women's talk show.
Ooh.
We're in our 6th season.
This was so much fun.
Thank
This was
you
so
so
great, you
much.
guys. I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
reading you.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much for
having me.
Oh my gosh,
Of
thank
course.
you.
Thank you guys so much for listening. This was such a fun podcast. Be sure that you subscribe, hit that plus sign, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss our next new episode on Tuesday. For the full interview, just check out the BZen with Brit podcast.